Okay, so this is just a short example of how I'm using Cursor, which I think most people are familiar with, and then Claude Code, which is a newish tool to me to just put together a very simple and quick app. So I run this website for teachers in South Africa, and it's been going for years. And so I started to check the analytics. I used an MCP and Claude, and people are still really interested in lesson plans, which blows my mind because you can actually just get them from like ChatGPT these days. But anyway, so this little project is an automatic way to generate lesson plans, and I want to publish them directly to a WordPress site. It's a little Python script to do that. I'm going to use Claude Anthropic as the LLM to generate the lesson plans. So I've got a few things together. I've got my keys to log into WordPress, and obviously for Anthropic. I've got the syllabus doc, so I'm just doing grade 2 maths as an example. And then I have some docs. So the context doc is a doc that I've written around, what the project wants to do, how it is going to work, sort of aims of it. And then I've got the lesson plan prompting doc, a little Python script, which really just tells the AI model how to structure the lesson plan. Again, it's not overly complicated. What I do have here is the starting point of the whole project, and this is really a process to create a PRD, product requirements doc, and it's something that Ryan Carson put together. He mentioned it in a podcast I watched, and he's open sourced it. I'll put the link to the GitHub where you can download it. And it's a process to then get the AI tool, so whether it's Cursor or Claude or whatever, to work with this markdown file and to put together a proper PRD, which is really a guiding document which explains what the product should do, who's it for, and why it's being built. And it's really a blueprint that we'll then use to work with Claude Code. So I've asked it to use this create PRD MD, and then to reference the context file. I'm just going to put here's the feature I want to build. Automatic lesson plan generator and publisher to WordPress. Okay. And now we're going to go, and it's then going to read this create PRD MD, and then also look at my context doc, and then ask me any questions there where it needs a bit of additional information. So you can see it's working away. Okay, so I'm going to quickly respond to these. I'm going to go 1A, it's teachers. 2B, some markdown. So I've got a markdown file there. I'm actually going to tell it to have a look at it. See sample. So it was wrong. Bear with me. There we go. Okay, and then C. Total 3. We're going to have maths life skills, and English FAL, but only maths for this current version. Okay, so now it's asking about the lesson plan contents. I'm going to just refer it directly to that lesson plan prompt we've got. Okay. C structure. Yeah. So, I mean, you can see there's a fair bit of work that has been done beforehand. Okay, detailed step by step. And now we're going to the WordPress. I'm just going to say all of those. KAG. I'm going to say auto publishing. I'll obviously check them on the platform. 6. H. Pattern. Existing WordPress site. Commence Python script run locally. Existing WordPress site with API access. Can I say number of plans generated? Okay. So now this should give it more than enough context to write the PRD document. And you can see it's working away. It's going to then save that in my main folder. And I'm going to then use that to work with Claude Code. So I'll get out of this interface and into the terminal, and then ask Claude to review the PRD and to then generate a series of steps to actually code this small Python script. All right. Here you go. It gives me a bit more details on what it's done. I could then, read through it and edit it, which I'm not going to do now, but just, make sure that it had registered everything that I wanted it to. Okay, so I've got the terminal open. I can actually make that slightly larger, and I'm going to ask it then to look at this document. Just going to make it easier for me. I'll just copy that out. Okay. Please review and come up with a detailed plan to develop this script. Okay, and then Claude Code gets to work. It says it can't find the file. Now it's found it. My fault, obviously I didn't tell it where that was in a folder. Okay, it's going to understand the data structure, so it's looking at the curriculum doc and the MD, and set up a to-do list for us to work on. All right. So this detailed plan, I'm going to have a look at it. Still we worked with them. Okay, that sounds good. Using Claude as I wanted to, using REST API for WordPress. implement phases. All right, this all sounds good. Now, obviously, I'm working on a quick demo, which has already gone over 10 minutes, but you can kind of see where I'm heading. I'm not going to spend time reading everything when I'm just wanting to show you how it actually works. But yes, you can see then I sit and answer questions. I'm going to say yes and don't ask again. And you can see Claude Code is then working through the list and then creating files in the left-hand side. You can see the file structure there. Okay, so first to-do list has been done. I mean, I really could, go get a cup of coffee now. It's going to ask me at certain points whether it's allowed to do things. You can obviously change the setting that accepts all changes or all edits that it's doing. Okay, moving away. All right, in the interest of not having a boring video, I'm going to pause this for a sec and let it work through most of the content generation or the code generation, and then come back to show you the final stages of it. Okay, great. We're back, and you can see we've completed the whole to-do list. I mean, that probably took about 5 minutes. I went and checked some emails and came back to it. So yeah, you can see it's what it's done. It's created those files and it's ready for deployment. So now I'm going to see if I can run it locally. Can we do a test run locally? Do I want to proceed? Yes. Yes, install the libraries we need. Yes, we want to run it. It's Python 3, I forgot to tell it. Okay, yeah. It's generating the lesson plan for maths, week 1, day 1. Okay, the test was run successful. Okay. Core components are working, connected successfully to WordPress. Okay, so it would like to generate 1,500 lesson plans. That seems insane. Lesson was slightly short. Topic integration could be improved. Score of mixed. Let's say, wait, how would we maybe improve the quality? How could we improve the quality issues? Perhaps a better prompt. Okay, so I must actually get a bit better at doing these videos, but this is then the end result. It probably took about I'd say 5 to 10 minutes to generate the first app, and then at least half an hour to an hour to do bug checking and refinements. You can see all the files have been developed on the side here, all the Python files. I've asked it for a summary of what we did. We did our obviously requirements and planning, that PRD doc I mentioned. We then obviously used that to build out the system, the components that we built, configuration management, curriculum parser, which took the markdown files, AI content generator, which used then Claude to create the lesson plans, WordPress publisher, so integrating WordPress we're integrating to WordPress with API, and then an orchestration layer and a quality assurance layer. Phase 3 was the testing and optimization. This is really where we spent the most amount of time. I was looking at the outputs and then doing a few edits directly back into Claude Code. And yeah, we ended up with something which was, I think, much better than the original lesson plans that were generated. Yeah, and we haven't obviously pushed out these 1.5 lesson plans, but this is what the system could do. It's working through a sort of test batch at the moment in the background, and yeah, it seems to be doing exactly what I wanted it to do. Created lesson plans using Claude from a markdown curriculum file and integrating it into WordPress, so publishing it into WordPress. Yes, very good.